So guys, I'd like to say that my heart goes out to anyone that is affected by all the hurricanes that's going on down in the south and so forth, in Florida, and that the floodings and all that you're dealing with. My heart goes out to you. So sorry. And on a different note, guys, I'm sorry I hadn't been able to communicate with you all, nor cook anything or anything of that sort, because I've been out, might well say out for the count, because I've been kind of grieving over family members that have been lost, and I just haven't had the drive to do it. So I'm apologizing to you guys, okay? So on that note, today I'm gonna be doing crushed tomatoes. I'm gonna be canning them. And with that being said, if you look down, you'll see how much tomatoes I have to do. My neighbor, well, not my neighbor, but my coworker, he called me, texted me up and said, "Hey, Teresa, do you want some tomatoes? Because I have plenty that he had left." So he canned 400 of them, 400 pounds of them, and then he just couldn't go on, him and his wife. So Jim and Patricia, I thank you. So this was a blessing, and for me, I'm gonna get it done because that's a lot to process. Over here, as you can see, I've already started washing them, and I'm coring them, and then I'm gonna put them in this big stock pot here to bring to a boil so that I can peel off the skin easier, and then I'll show you when I'm done. But I don't want to bore you with all this process because this is going to take a minute to do. I'll be back. So guys, when I say I'm coring, I'm going to show you. I just stick the knife in and kind of take this out right here, pull it out. Then I'm going to, put an X on the bottom, and it's been washed already, and I'm putting it in the stock pot, and I gotta repeat that lots and lots of more times. So with that being said, I'll get back with you when I'm done, because I do not want to sit and blabber all the time trying to show you all these. That would take way too long. So I'll be back. Okay guys, look, an hour into it, and I'm still at it. Look at this. And look at how many I have gotten ready. And I still got a sink full to wash, and then do the same. Wash and dice, you know what I mean. It's like put an X on the bottom and then core it after I washed it. So this is the process that I'm doing for now. So when I get done, well, whenever that may be, I'll get back with you. Alright? Okay guys, now I have put the tomatoes in the pot. I'm turning it on, and I'm gonna not really cook them, but just boil them for about a minute. And then when they're done, I'm gonna pull all the skin off, and I'm saving the skin for my dehydration. I'm going to dehydrate the skin, and that way I can get my powder, tomato powder. So for other things that I like to put that in, like my taco seasonings and soups and salad, whatever I want to put it in, I just throw that in. But it makes for a real nice recipe. Anyway, I'll be back with the next step. Okay guys, now I've boiled these things, and I almost forgot they were on the stove. But you see, look at the skin just peeling right off, and that's what you would want to see. Look at that, so easily to come off. And you just, when you get that all done like this, you could open it up some and kind of take all this out if you want, the jelly and the seeds and all that out. You know, if you don't like all that in your sauces or whatever. And then you know, or you know, spaghetti sauce or whatever you're going to do. And I'm going to place it in another pot here. As I go, I'm just going to keep doing this. And actually, I need to get a bowl and put my skin in because I'm going to save the skin. Maybe I won't. I'm tired. And anyways, I'm going to pull that stuff out. All the seeds and whatnot. And you just keep doing this as you go along. And when you get to the point where you decide that you know, done with, you know, adding as much as you need to in your pot. It depends on how many quarts or how many, whatever you're trying to do. I don't know. But in my case, I'm doing the larger jars, like the half-gallon jars. So that is what I'm focusing on, because I have to, you know, feed a large family. I gotta make a large quantity of that, whatever I'm making. So if I'm making chilies or spaghetti sauces or soups or stew, whatever, whichever one I decide to make, this is just makes my prep times so much faster, because I don't have to do this part. I could just skip doing all this and go right to pouring it out of the jar and adding whatever I'm making, my chili, my beans for chili, or just, you know, whatever I decide I'm making. And it's so much more wonderful to have on hand, because, you know, you can do all sorts of things. You can make pizza, pizza sauce, and like I said, just my mom, she likes tomato soup, so that would be a good thing to do as well. So, you know, whatever you like to eat, whatever you like to chow on that you can, you know, is from tomatoes, you can do it. You can can it and have plenty on hand. Because I tell you, this is a lifesaver for me. Okay, so it's a lot of work at first, but then it's so much simpler to just go in the pantry and open it up and get out whatever you need and dump it out, warm it up, and eat. Versus, oh, I don't feel like cooking today. Well, I guess I'll order out. You know, that kind of thing. Because then you're tempted to eat out all the time because you haven't, you know, prepared some stuff in the pantry. And this is just one of the things I like doing. No one's telling me to do this. This is not, you know, some sort of game. Excuse me. It's just something I like to do because I know the benefits of it. And, you know, the sodium and all that stuff, I don't have to put it in. And I can leave it out and things of that nature. So, I don't want to bore you to death, guys. But anyway, I'll be back and let you know the next step. So guys, what I did was I took my potato masher and I just kind of crushed my tomatoes up like this. So that way I'll have nice crushed tomatoes. And one thing I want to stress on, guys, don't forget to just boil your tomatoes for a minute and then you peel the skin off, because if you forget like I did, then you're gonna have almost cooked tomatoes. So I just cooked them a little more, then I'm gonna process them here, but I won't process them as long as I should because I already cooked them. Like, I mean, seriously cooked them. I forgot all about them. So I'm gonna come over here and process them in here. You're supposed to do them 30 minutes or so, and then the quarts is 40 minutes, but I think I'm gonna chalk it down to sooner than that because I cooked them already. That's for if you don't cook them, but I've already cooked them pretty much. So I'm going to process them not that long. And just, you can't forget, guys, to add your citric acid, which is, I tell you, it's a good thing to do this, because you have, you know, quick access to what you're trying to do during the day. You know, when you come from work, you don't have much time to throw stuff together. You want to make a batch of chili. Remember, take out your canned chili beans or chili. You know, the chili beans that I did, like the pinto beans. Add more chili in it, add more ingredients. Then you'll just have it on the shelf. Then when you want to add your meat, you can add your meat to your beans, and with the salt, with those tomatoes. And I tell you, you got yourself a good chili. So, you know, just to each his own, but to me, it's well worth it, because I don't have to spend that much time in the kitchen, and it's way better than going and getting a McDonald's meal. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, now, this is a recap on what you may need. So, you got your jar lifter, you got your labeler, you got your magnetizer, you got your debubbler, you have your funnel, you have vinegar, you have citric acid, and a half teaspoon. And I decided to use the quart jars, because, well, I don't want to sit there and fill a whole big one. And besides that, I still have plenty of more tomatoes that I have to redo tomorrow. As you can see, I'm a mess. I have a mess in the sink, which is in the mess there. And I got a bowl of washed, clean tomatoes here. So right here, I have my cooked tomatoes. They're cooked. And then this is my water, and I'm bringing it to a good boil before I stick my jars in. And when I get to that point, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I forgot to show you that I do have my sterile jars in here. I've washed them a few times. I put them in the boiling water, and then after they got done boiling, then I stuck them in my oven on 230, and that's how I keep them sterile. And then I have my hot water back here with my lids and rings in there, and basically my water is boiling, so now I can get with the process of what I need to do. And I'll be right back, because I need to grab something hot to get the jar out. Something to keep, you know, get the jar out. So I'll be right back. So guys, now I have my jar out the oven. I have my paper towel here, which I'm gonna, so I can dip that in the vinegar. I got everything ready. So this is what I'm going to do. Ah, that's hot. I tell you what, this is very, very messy. I mean, I got tomato all over me. It was on my arms. It went on my face. And it's like, okay, I'm being very messy here. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? But I'm gonna, there. Nice. I don't want to put that there. I'm gonna put that there. So, let me put that over there. And now I'm dipping the vinegar in here, in the paper towel in the vinegar, and I'm wiping this very thorough. And I can't stress to do this, because you want to get a good seal. And if you have food there, you could get a bad seal, and then you're going to waste all that hard time preparing this stuff. And then on top of that, you will be really highly upset. But so I'm putting a half a teaspoon of the citric acid in here. Now, if I wanted to, I can add some sugar in this. and that would keep this, will break down some of the acidy, I can't even get the green there. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay, here we go. The acidy flavor, get the acid down some, the acidity down some. Good Lord, I gotta put that back. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the ring on this. And tighten it a bit. I tell you what, that's nice. And I go buy a can at the store. Uh-oh. I guess I shouldn't do that. But that's how I do it, guys. And I gotta see all of that. See the tomatoes that I had in the other pot? Now this is what I have now. So I gotta get busy and fill the jars that I do have, and then I'll be back to show you the next step on that. Alright? Okay, guys, now, so make sure once you load up your jars, you see, make sure you have water over the jars, about 1 inch over. And then you're gonna cover, bring to a boil, and let it do its thing for 40 minutes. Then I had 4 quart size jars, and plus this one. Well, this I'm gonna use tomorrow, so I don't have to do anything with that. I'm not going to. And I still have all those other ones to go, but I'll do that tomorrow. And that's on me. I don't have to do the video recording anything. So, which is awesome. But I appreciate you guys sticking in there with me, watching my videos, even though I hadn't been participating in anything lately. And just God bless you guys, because you've been awesome. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to process this for the amount of time, pull them out, sit them on the counter or overnight for at least 12 hours. When I'm done, I will wash my jars and take the lids off and not the lid, but the ring off, because once you do that, you dry them, put them away. But you don't store them like this with the ring on. You don't never do that. It's just when you sitting them over the counter, letting them cool overnight, you can have it on, because you don't mess with it. You just let it be. And then the next day, you take this ring off, and then you wash the jar and everything. And when you do that, and then you can see if you pick it up like this and the ring is still there, that means you're all good, got a good seal. So with that being said, guys, I hope you take from me what you can, learn from it, and do what you can do, because this is what I'm doing. And it seems like a lot of work for just those jars, but if you think about it, that's 4 different times I can go in and fix a meal with that is gonna suit my family. Like I can make but I can make tomato soups, I can do like I said, the chilies, I can make even stew, basically anything that's kind of solidified, I can put that to it. So, and even have like a chicken stew and add that to it. So anyways, guys, I won't bore you any longer. Once the process is done, I'm just going to take it out, leave it on the counter for overnight. In the morning, I will remove the lids, the rings, and wash them, and then store them. And that's pretty much it. And I can't stress enough that you guys, when you do this, you have to be very, very clean and thorough, and make sure everything gets sanitized around, because you don't want to contaminate your food. And I know I don't want you to contaminate your food either. So guys, it's been a long day. I got off from work, I came right home, started doing those tomatoes, and now it's It's probably 9 o'clock at night, and I'm exhausted. So my feet are starting to ache. So I don't mean to cut it off and without showing you guys when I'm done with this, but you pretty much know what it's gonna look like. So for now, adios, and I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Alright? Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.